What's up, family and friends? Welcome to the Woke Nation, our nation of factual truth, where we feel free to share knowledge and spread the knowledge of factual truth without fear and without favor, where we encourage us to live our lives well through the knowledge of factual truth because it's our lives and it's very important. How I want our people, or how I desire for our people to understand, who we are, or understand what we are doing. Um, this is 1st January 2022, according to Western calendar, but not our calendar. For years now, we have been saying this. I used to celebrate this Western calendar as a Christian. I used to do that. 31st night, I don't joke with it. I fast and pray, and I make a lot of declarations, decrees, and prophecies over my life, over everything. I will shave every hair of my hair, every hair on my body. I shave it everywhere there is hair. I shave it. I shave it as old year, now the new year. But you see, Africans, black people everywhere. I remember one time I went to China, 2008. I think it was April, between March and April. I went there for the trade fair. And they are celebrating their new year, or they celebrated that period. So you see, when they celebrate their own new year, they say this is the animal that represent that year. And you see them selling the toys of those animals. People buying it. It is their own new year. But look at us, black people, Africans. You see, when you see what is happening, especially during this like Christmas time, New Year time, those times that Western people, establish for celebrations, you see that it's much our people that are into it. Our people. Okay, I don't have any problem white people celebrating what is theirs, but I have problem black people celebrating what is what is white people's own as their own, wishing themselves happy new year that doesn't belong to us. It belongs to the West. It is their new year. You can celebrate it with them if you want to, and you can wish them happy new year. It's a wish. It's empty. Every wish is empty. You can wish anything. You can wish you are a billionaire. You can wish you are the strongest man in the world. You can wish you are anything. That's empty. Every wish is empty. Just like the prophecies people are saying in you, those things are empty wishes. You don't need to accept them. But people have been so conditioned that they see wishes as right thing to do or what you should wish them. And if you don't wish it to them, they feel bad. Or if they wish it to you, you don't respond the way they expected you or they expect you, they feel bad. I don't care about their feelings. So long you are on the wrong path, I don't care about your feelings. You can feel however you want, but the truth must be told. Whether you feel good, whether you feel great about it or feel bad about it. So you see, this thing that is happening will show you that our people are deep in this. As I've been saying, it's not a joke. It's not something that will just happen overnight or just like that. Our people are far away from us. They are far away from our truth. And that's what I've been trying to do. Sometimes it's so discouraging, but because I was prepared for this, that's why I continue. I have every reason to, but I have some apps that I'm paying for, like all this Netflix, Hulu, paying for them that, most of the time I don't use them because of what I am posting on Facebook. I can ignore all that and face it. I'm not getting younger anymore too. I can just face my life, enjoy my life, since I already know the truth. I know better now, so I will just enjoy my life, live my life so. But when you see the way our people are diving into this and thinking it's normal way they are living. Normal way to live or normal way somebody should be living. So you see, they have that mentality that okay, if that's what it is, that's what is. Sometimes it's from God. God ordained it like that. It's a universal something. It's something we must do. No. Why is it on all these celebrations, festivals, sports, and events, we celebrate it with them? How about science and technology? Your campus and things. Why are we not also having nuclear weapon as they have nuclear weapon? Why are they not celebrating our own the same way we are celebrating their own? You say it's spreading love. I say no, it's not spreading love, it's spreading evil. You ought to be spreading knowledge, not love. Love is evil. You need knowledge. Love will break your, let me use their term, their heart. That means love will disappoint you. When they are disappointed, they say, oh, you break my heart. When somebody betrayed them, you break my heart. Nobody can break your heart. Your heart is where the blood is, what is pumping blood to all your body. So your heart is there. It cannot be broken. But it's an idiomatic expression, and many people are using it as if it's real. It's not. So you see our people enthroning, worshiping, honoring, celebrating, observing what is not ours, but what is ours is abandoned. Just as our people abandon our own gods and goddesses for God of Israel, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And with the thought of goddess drive them crazy. And they don't care about balance. All they care is this is what is invoked. This is what everybody is doing. Why are you trying to be different? But I'm telling you, if you're opportune to be different, happy are you. Do not change. Don't let anything or anyone change you. continue spreading the knowledge of factual truth, live your life, keep living humanly. Okay. So, but today I want to speak on this because last today is Saturday. So earlier this week, I've been sharing about it. What kills men? It's mostly men. So this message is mainly for men, or there are some women also who are in that direction too. They can do undo just because of what their kids will inherit. They before women, naturally, not before, naturally, women care for their children. Naturally, they don't need anyone to tell them to care about their children. They just care about it. They don't want bad thing to happen to their children. And when their children is not going the way they want, it hurt them a lot. It hurt them more than men. Men can fuck around, but women, it's not easy for them to just be getting pregnant like that. No, so the ones they have, they cherish it and they don't want it to go wrong. That's why you see many of us so religious, because our mothers brought us up and they put our head in that religion because they thought they were doing well to us, but they were ignorant because religion made them so. So I titled this, What Will My Kids Inherit? What Will My Children Inherit? This is the killer virus that is more deadly than any virus that have been around. It's a virus in mostly black family, African family. I think in America it's because they have been driven away too away from African way of having family. But I was born and brought up in Africa, so I grew up in Africa. I came to America when I was really matured. So I did not come to America as a teenager or as a just small young man or a boy. No, I came to America as a father. So I already have my share of experience before I came, and I'm still growing in it. So this thing kills many men, and you see many men, they are either frustrated in life after trying many ways to take care of their kids. They see that things are not working well. Some of them, because of that, they give in to lies, religious bullshit. You see them doing it, all they're doing is just to survive. And some of them died, went to their grave ill because of this. It was worrying them. They care about this, worry about that, coveting things. I want to make the life of my kids so. If I die, or I want the life of my kids to be so. You see them. But you're supposed to know that the genesis of that is the God mentality we have. The mentality, the creation mentality that they taught us, because they tell us that there was a God that created us, and this God said for us to go into the world and multiply. So you see men giving birth to children they cannot take care of, even though they are alive, they are not dead, but they cannot take care of their children. So religion tells them to train up the child or their children the way they should go, which is what is the way? Oh, God will solve your problem. Cast all your cares upon the Lord. He will care for you. God will provide. God is one that gives children. All you have, keep burning, keep burning. God will take care of them. So you see, like Roman Catholic Church, Anglican Church, all those old churches, they are growing through biological growth. You don't see Catholics going to convert other Christians. They don't do that. It is Pentecostals that do that, converting Catholics, converting Anglicans, you know, and converting Muslims. But when you see Catholics, they don't do crusade and seminar going. No, although they are the founder of Crusaders, they are the one that did the real crusade was going about killing people for not believing in their religion and forcing them to become Christians. That's how Christianity get established. Islam also followed that steps. So both of them are birds of a feather. So you see, they have that mentality. We were brought up in that mentality that God is the one that gives children. So bring the children, whether you don't have what it takes. I've heard somebody say that, if you're hustling, things are not working, get married. When you get married, it may work, or you have children. No, if things are not working for you, don't get married. The only the only thing you will do if you want to get married, then marry somebody that is working, somebody that is making things, somebody that can work with you, so both of you can raise money or do things to establish a family. You don't just go, you want to marry to see if you have a luck. You want to go and marry. That's why you see some people, okay, let me go and marry in a rich family. They end up suffering. Some of them divorce too because they thought when they marry in rich family, the man will be giving them everything they want, the father of their wife. They found out the man is not giving and they're demanding him to do what he don't want to do. Some people did and they get the thing. Some people say no, they're not doing it. So they say, I rather not continue on this marriage than do what you want me to do. So there are many reasons. You see some people continue suffering. You see some people doing what they are doing just to survive, especially men. So they believe God created them and tell them to go and multiply. They begin to produce children. Your religion wants it because that's how they grow in number. Don't you see those children inquire, those children in different departments in those religions? Their parents are there also, and they are there. Imagine a family of 10, father and mother, and the 8 children in a church. That's big church already. So imagine if they are 1,000. They have each like four children or five children. That's why you see them becoming elders, deacons, ushers, all those men and women there making sure everything. And then their children will be in the children's church. That's how they keep growing. They keep growing. And that's why when the church is growing, the assistant pastors also are having people that are following him in case if they want to break up. It's also they will break up with some families. And when the father and the mother change church, their children follow them. The children will not say, no, we're not following you. And when the children grow up, that's the only time they will go. But of course, by before that time, the church have used them and did, and there's no payback. They cannot get what they lose in that church. So it is a problem, and it is God's problem. I mean, God problem, God mentality that we have, that God created us to multiply. No, God created you to multiply. I want you to erase that God created me from your mind. When you are talking, people, we ask that silly question, who created you? Why are you asking somebody who created you when you have not seen who created you, but you believe somebody created you and you believe that person is in heaven? You have not seen this person and you are praying to that person. Don't you see how stupid you are in your prayers? Have you listened people pray? There's this Pericoma song. Let me see if I can play it. So I was playing it when I went to Nigeria. Is it this one? No. Wait. Which one? Ikeji Festival. Is it this? Yeah, this one. You see this song, right? Pericoma was praying here. And hey. And what he was saying there, bro, always anytime he's saying it, I remember that's exactly how our people are praying, even when we gather. When our people gather in their meetings, or our elders, when they're saying they are pouring libation, their prayer, you see, Chukwu kere ụwa, eke kere ụwa, eze a na-ekpesara ọgụ. Now ka anyị na-ekpe, now ka anyị na-ekpesara. So when he said that, I remember he's a Catholic. So that's our people don't kneel down to pray. But that's part of the thing he say, although it's ordinary person. And you're supposed to know that our ordinary people are also Christians. Their name should tell you that. Joseph, that. Our name should tell you that we are divided people. We are scattered people. So what I was saying about his prayer, he said that I elderly people still praying, they're communicating to a God they have not seen, saying that they are little kids. They only know how to bath their stomach. They don't know how to take a real bath. You know, that's how children, with little children, when you tell them to go take bath, that's how they throw water. They don't know how to take bath. And that's what elders, our elders, kings, um, when you ask them to pray, that's the nonsense they say. Lying to themselves, denying who they are. That's actually what you are doing. When you say you believe in God, you are denying who you are. You are greater than that God you are praying to. That God cannot show up, you can't. That God cannot do anything, you can't. So until you understand that that's the root cause of our problem, that problem will remain, and you will be part of those who are fighting against our freedom with your faith, with your belief. Because when you say you have faith in God, you are saying you have mental problem. It's crazy. You have not seen this God, you cannot see this God, but you say you believe in that God. They ask you, where is that God? You say it's in heaven. Where in heaven? You point out to the sky because you are stupid. That's what it is. So when you said you have faith in God, you say you have Ishimbaka, you have Ara, you have madness. That's what you are saying. So stop saying that. No God created you to multiply. You were not born to multiply. You were nature. Nature did not bet you. Nature did not born you. Remember, I did not say nature did not create you. I did not say nature did not form you. I say nature did not born you to multiply, but to live, explore, and enjoy your life humanly, which is wisely. When you are talking about living humanly, I mean living wisely. And when you live wisely, that's what when you build what lasts. That's when you will build what lasts. Because this is your eternal home. But they made you believe there is a home you will go when you die. Now you believe you will go to that home. Then your children in this world, they think you are laboring for them. You don't supposed to labor for your children. Let me tell you what they will not. Maybe you not heard this. You are not supposed to labor for your children. I will explain. When you're talking about future, you're supposed to be talking about your future, not your children's future. Your children have their life to live. You cannot determine how they live their life in future. They are not your properties. They are not your creatures. They are part of this nature, just as you are part of this nature. You and your children are in this together. So the future that should concern you is your own future. Our ancestors thought this before they came and stole it and tell you is the wisdom of Solomon. They plagiarize it, but I will I will keep keeping the record straight. I take it and show you how our ancestors taught it because I am part of those ancestors I'm talking about. When you live humanly, you will understand the importance of building what lasts. But we are no longer builders, we are slaves. That's why we are calling us to wake up so that we begin to live wisely again as our great ancestors did before the evil people invaded and scattered us. Hmm. If you believe there is God and the heaven for you, if you believe there is God and there is heaven for you, right? I want to ask you this question. Then why are you here having children for disaster? Why are you here having children for the evil system? Like some of you believe that this world is evil. If this Pentecost also said that, he said, Jesus, but you have children. Will you like to have your children, experience those evil things you said that is happening in the world. But because we are scattered people, we are not living wisely. What our fears, we voice our fears as reality. Our emotions, we voice it as reality and begin to live that way. So it should not be that way as a people. If you believe there is heaven, you will go, right? And this world is evil. Why are you having children and leaving them behind in this world? If you believe that, that's what makes you automatically a part of the problem and the creator of problem. Instead of solving the problem, you are part of the creators of the problem. And that's why you can say you are God, because you are creating problem. But humans are greater than gods and goddesses. Understand that this world is your eternal home. That's why you should fight for your freedom. That's why you should fight to build what lasts. And the slaves don't build what lasts for them, for themselves. No, slaves build what lasts for their slave master. Is it not what is happening to black people today? Is there anything black people is building for themselves that we say this thing will last? No. In science and technology, they are far away from it. And the black people that are engaging in science and technologies are doing it in the slave master's house, in the slave master's field, but not in their own land, not in their own place. And you see some of them talking about last days, the day of the Lord, and all that. But when you read their Bible very well, like Luke chapter 17, verse 26 and 27, it talks about the days of Noah. He said, one of the things he said people were doing that time, he said they were marrying and giving to marriage. Until Noah entered the ark and destruction came and destroyed all of them. Do you want the same thing to happen to your children you are having when you believe Jesus is your ark of salvation? That you will enter heaven in Jesus' name. But how about your children that don't believe in Jesus, or you believe because they are committing certain sin, or if they commit a sin, they will miss heaven? Now you will be in the ark and your children will be out. You are stupid. You're supposed to know that God did not separate family according to that story. Noah and his family enter ark, and other people that didn't enter ark, they perish with their children. You will never be in heaven and your children will be in hell. You get what I say now? But you keep preaching, yeah, if you don't believe, and you keep indoctrinating your children and forcing them to believe your nonsense. If they don't believe, they will perish. Oh, your children will perish if they don't believe, and you will go to heaven. Our people used to say, so if your father is in heaven, and the same father is the father of your children, but you believe you will go to heaven, your children that stole and killed, they will go to hell. Your children that kill somebody, they will go to hell. Oh, you say if they don't repent. Okay. Stupid people. If there is heaven, if your heaven is real, then Jesus should be your example. Jesus did not marry. Jesus did not have any child because he was going to heaven. You that believe you are going to heaven and you're getting married and having children, you are not going to any heaven. You are not following Jesus. And that's why I'm happy. In your Bible, Matthew chapter 7, Jesus said he will deny you later. He said, and you Africans, Jesus said he did not come for you. He only came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. You are not the one. No matter how you read yourself into Abraham, into Israelites, you are not. You are black. Israel is white. You are black. You can never, no matter how they wash you in the blood of the Lamb, you can never turn white. Now or after you can never turn, you are black forever. of them are last day hypocrites. Why are you marrying and having kids for disaster? Let me put it in another way. You know you hardly feed yourself, or you get married. Okay, you get married because they say you shouldn't be fucking around, no fornication, so you have to get married. Okay, I support that. You get married, right? To have a woman or a man you'll be having sex with. Okay, that's good. But why are you having children on top of your hardship? Why are you having children on top of your suffering? How can you tell me to help you when you just get married? Don't you know when you get married, it means, yeah, things are working well for you. Then after marriage, some of you are owing after wedding, and then you have kids. You are expecting people to send money to you, or to raise money for you, or to give you money, or to start business for you as a family man. This is the mentality most of us have in Africa. Me too, I used to have it. I used to. But when I was having it, I decided, I said, if I'm in Nigeria, I will have only 2 kids. Then if I come to America, I will have 4 kids. But when I meet what I meet, the reverse was the case. I found out why majority of America, or some people, or especially like the rich ones, they're not having many kids like that. But you see a poor man in Africa have 10 kids. A man that is a gate man struggling, and that gate man he's struggling to even feed the family. 10 children. They say God is the one that gives children, no family plan, nothing. 10 children. They keep having children. I used to. But I say no. I can listen. I have seen people that I'm better off. Some of them relocated back to Nigeria just to have children, because they believe there you can marry a girl of 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, under 20. They believe the younger the woman, the easier to get pregnant. But I say, no, that's not the main thing. That's not the main thing. Children, they are not driving me crazy. Sometimes I use my own father's family to throw to people that challenge me. But I say, my father had 9 children, and I'm the firstborn. I don't want to have such experience in my own family. No, I don't want to bring children in this world. I know what I went through, that my parents didn't know, that I did all that things just to make money. My parents don't know them. I know what I suffered. The reason why I've been locked up several times is because I was trying to make money. Not because I like to steal or to do anything or carry gun. No. In primary school, already determined how to buy new chassis 505. You know what is 505 in 80s? Early 80s. I want to buy 505. When my mates are still drawing their wearing watch, chains. I want to be this, I want to be that. When you see black people hustling in America, hustling in Europe, hustling in Asia, it's the same thing that is driving us. The same thing that is driving us. We are trying to make it. We are trying to make money, especially for our children. You see, in a poor family, when people are suffering, the mother, especially the mothers, the mother will tell them, go and marry you. I want to have my grandchild. We are not living well. See where we are living, how it is. But you want me to marry. They don't care what you will suffer in that marriage. All they want, get married. Don't worry, God will provide. Don't worry, don't know what tomorrow will be. That child you have may be president or governor. And they don't care what the child did to become that. Before the evil people invaded Africa, every family in Africa used to have their trade or source of income. There is nothing like depending on anyone. It's not like in these days you see a married woman going about begging money from people that don't have any relationship or any relation with her. You see, man, that's why you see people saying that family is not by blood. It's because they have destroyed the African family structure. So today they tell you family is not by blood. No, it's not about it. It's somebody that is there for you. Eh? You have family. That family have kinsmen. Where are they? Scattered. This one in Catholic, this one in Anglican, this one in Pentecostal, this one in Jehovah's Witness. They scatter them. One kinsman, different religions. Because that's what they brought, division. Where there's division, there is trouble. Where there is trouble, there's no prosperity. That is why we are poor. Since our African family structure was destroyed and replaced with Western marriage, the future of a man and his kids is unpredictable and unpleasant. Nobody can challenge what I just said and say it's not true, unless that person is not from Africa. Last week, my daughter told me that her friend just went to Nigeria. That's her first time of going to Nigeria. It's Igbo girl, right? She said that her friend called her and said, man, if you see what people are suffering here, she says she will never take for granted what she's enjoying in America again. I said, you never see, my dear. Even our people that are living in America are not even telling their children the main truth about our place. And I always tell my daughter, don't you? That's why we're in America. If there is any enjoyment, we will not be in America for anything. If you don't have money there, you are useless. You are, do I say useless? You are a hopeless person. Your garbage is better than you. That's why we see people, you see men, they can kill for money, they can betray for money everywhere. You see some of them, but where they're living abroad, they don't, if they see your money, it's gone. It's not everybody going to Nigeria, you say, okay, take this money and give to my people. Some of them, they give that money gone. They use the money, there's nothing you can do. He come back, both of you be fighting. He say, don't worry, I will pay you. No, okay. They are not telling the truth. She's in America. Her parents driving Range Rover, enjoying. He goes to Nigerian party, see them dance, and he think that's how it is. Then when she went to Nigeria, she see people of her age, even younger age, talking. They can't stop. They come, buy this. She says she never sees something in America. And when she watch Nigerian movies, it's just in passing. That's if she spent time to watch it. You cannot predict your future again as a man. You cannot tell me this is how your children will be because you separated yourself from your family tree for Christianity, especially Igbo people. That's why you say, I thank God, I thank the Lord, right? Because you are stupid. You have been disconnected. You are not thanking your ancestors. You are not thanking your fathers. You are not thanking your forefathers. You are thanking imaginary being they gave to you. And you believe that imaginary being will take care of your family. You hustle and make it. You say it is by God's grace, no longer by your strength. But they tell you it's not by power, it's not by might. Eh? It's not by power, it's not by might. So why are you walking? Let the Spirit of God make it happen. Let us see. Oh, it's the Spirit of God giving me power to do it. You are stupid. Saying that. They gave us neighborhood against our brotherhood. There's no more brotherhood. Replace our brotherhood with neighborhood. When we have brotherhood, you die, your brother will take over. Your wife and your kids will be well maintained because it's not just that your brother taking care of them or watching after them, the whole kinsman. That's why they tell you in Africa, it takes the whole village to train a child. But do you still see Africans doing that today? Somebody make money, bring armed guards or armed mobile men to guard him and his family in his own village. His own village is not safe. They will kidnap him or they will kill him. You give them something, you give them, they went out and throw it away. They say, no, I don't want to die. He give me this. Or he give it to somebody else. Let that person use it. Whatever they put on it, let it follow that person. But the same people will come and tell you, yeah, there is God. Yeah, is God. What are you saying? Why are you insulting your creator? I'm insulting your creator because it does not exist. Do you see me insulting the sun? No. Why? Because the sun exists. We are living in a time now, it is every man on his own. Every man, no matter how he says my relation, no, every man is on his own. That's how they kill many of them. They say, no, I am for our family. They kill you. Yeah, there are people, no matter what, they cherish their family, they cherish their kinsmen. They terminate their life. It happens. So like some of you that say, I don't believe in juju, I don't believe in voodoo. Okay, voodoo, juju is the same thing with gun. Mm. Gun can disappoint you, juju can disappoint you too. You don't know gun disappoints. Gun, you're pointing, you loaded it, you load it and you're pointing, you want to shoot, it jam. The same thing, juju fails some people also. Juju is scientific something, it's not spiritual anything, just as gun is. Black people. It is every man on his own with his own God. Chimu, my own God, my God, my God. Fuck all that. Madubuchibe, fuck all that. It hard. Fuck all that. That's the nonsense they used to deceive us. And we grew with that mentality. We see people who are supposed to use their brain, they're not using their brain. They're using book now. Now they're hustling to make it. No, you have to wake up. This is one of the places they used to deceive people. Let me read that. Oyedepo also always use this place to make people. You see people abandoning their family. They want to make it. They want to make it. They don't care about. I mean their kinsmen. Except they only care about their. That's why Oyedepo tell his sister, convert to Christianity or die or die for and she died for. That this is the thing. Proverb what? Proverb 13:22. Proverb 13:22. He said, a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. Think. Remember, I tell you that we are not good. I'm not a good man. We are great. I am a great man. But according to their book, a good man is a religious man. A good man is a godly man. A good man is a spiritual man. Great man is human. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. So you see, you grew up a good man. I'm a good man. How do I prove I'm a good man? I must have inheritance. What will my children inherit? My children's children. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. It's not a good family, no. A good man. Every man on his own with his God. A good man is a godly man. And they taught you, or they taught us, they indoctrinated us, brainwashed us to believe a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. What inheritance did your Christian father leave for you? The one that already died. What inheritance? Sometimes maybe they sell everything to train you because they have to. Then this word they say, but the wealth of the sinner is stored up for the righteous. That's one of the nonsense they claim. The wealth of sinner is stored up for the righteous. I remember one time I tell a Christian that is talking about how it is God that is giving like Bill Gates, all of God gave them wisdom so that they make those things for God's children to enjoy. And he quote this place, the wealth of the sinner is stored up for the righteous. I said, no. This is the mentality many of them have. I used to have all this mentality I'm reading out. I used to have it. I must have inheritance for my children's children. No, you're not supposed to. I will still tell you more about that. Most men are doing evil things to make sure they leave inheritance for their children. Don't you see the politicians? Those people you call wicked people, they are doing that to leave inheritance for their children's children, and that's why evil is multiplying. Evil is increasing in the land. This is why they want to leave inheritance. They don't care how many people they kill. They don't care how many people that are suffering. They don't care. All they care about is their children's children. Not you, not their kinsmen, not their village. They want to become president. They want to become governor. They want to become king. They want to become one thing or the other just for their children's children. But they will tell you they are public servants. I'm serving the public servant. No, it's for their children's children. Don't you see Bishop Oyedebo, right? Who will inherit everything in his children? But he said that God chose him. It is the work of God. All of them. It is their family that will inherit that, not the church, not the church of God, not the people of God. It is their family. This is one of the scriptures that Oyedebo always teach. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. Imagine the inheritance he already left for his children, although he's still alive. Then think about those men in his church that can't even afford 3 square meal to their children, and they're following him and also giving to his ministry. Using them also to establish branches. You see some men living a frustrated life. When you see them, you see frustration all over them. Or when you go to Nigeria, you see some of them, when they pass you see how they'll be smelling. They don't want to smell like that, but they are sweating. With that sweat, everything smelling. They can't relax. They are sweating, hustling for the family. Oh, man, suffering. And some of them, when they get home, no light. Little water, they use it to manage to bath. Where they go toilet is they shit in the plastic and fling it away. They go through all that. They are never happy. These are the people you see them filling all those churches. That's the people you see them shouting all those amen, thunderous amen. 31st night, they are the people going. Then some of them died. I remember one guy, I met the other, we work at a place, that's my second job, I just quit. So this lady was telling me, say, oh, do you remember so? I don't want to say his name. I said, yeah. I said, he said, he's dead. I said, what? I thought he's still working there because I'm working per day. And then he said, no. He said they fired him from that job. Then he went to work as a construction worker. He said, where he was working, some weight came and smashed him beyond recognition. That's how that guy died. He's way older than me. Working for his family. Where is he now? When such thing happened, I always pull myself back. I said, think. Sometimes don't be moved by what will happen if you do the right thing for yourself, because they can fire you and you will just die like that too. Remember, they are using you everywhere you are working. They are using you. Yeah, they are paying you, but they are using you. If you are not beneficial to them, they will let you go. They will not keep you. And if you make mistake, no matter how great you're working, they will still let you go. Especially when money is involved. Instead of you costing them more money, they fire you. Like if you're working in the hospital, instead of you making patients to get upset at them or sue them, they fire you. Because there's always someone to replace you. So you're not irreplaceable. So that's why where I work, I don't work like slave. They know that. Because when you report me, I come, I talk, you talk. The way I talk, they will say, okay, man, leave this guy. He's crazy. Yeah, I am. You see many men worried about the future of their children, not their own future, because they don't have future. They see their children as their future, which is wrong. So I will tell you, I will explain to you, and I will do that. And I also use what they stole and put in their book to show you that. You and your children are part of the nature. Your children are not your properties. Your children are not your creatures. You don't own your children. Even when I was a pastor, that's one of the things I was teaching people. You don't own your children. But with the knowledge I have now, understand it is natural. That's why our ancestors taught reincarnation. Because in nature, no one is older than another. No one is your elder in nature. In nature, we are in this together. Then we respect one another as human beings. That you are my father in this time, I may be your father in next time. It is nature. And he said, I don't believe that. Life is me. I don't believe that. Okay? So, but you are born, right? You still have parents. You did not just grow from ground. You still follow that natural cycle. It's a natural cycle. It has nothing to do with spirituality or afterlife. No, it's here. I want to read a place, for this. And I'm telling you to put you first. You are first. If you're talking about future, let it be your future. And that future I'm talking about is not just when you are alive here, no. When you come back to this world, your future is this world. Your future is this world you are living in. You can never leave this world for any heaven. You can never leave this world for any hell. This is your eternal home. It is time you live your life. Okay. Ecclesiastes chapter 2. I want to get this. It said, you see, when you enter aeroplane, how many of you that have traveled with aeroplane, right? Okay, those of you, every time before the aeroplane, when it takes off, the crew, they begin to give you the safety information. Do you remember what they tell you will happen when there is emergency? Well, what is the instruction? They tell you secure yourself first, not even the child. Your child you are carrying, the little baby. No matter how you say, hey, it's treasure. No, you put your mouth first. You first. Don't worry about anyone else. That is exactly how life is. You first, not God, not anyone else, but you first. When you put you first, everything will fall in place. Don't worry about others. How about them? You are in this together with them. Okay, so let me read this. Oh man, this is long, but I will read it. Okay, but let me read the whole thing from one to end. He said, "I said in my heart." Remember, you don't say anything in your heart; it's in your head. Heart is real. Your it's only the blood that heart pump. Okay. He said, "Come now, I will test you with meat." Let me see if I can use a translation that maybe made the English. Let me use New International Version. Where is New International Version? NIV right here. Okay. He said, I said to myself, come now, I will test you with pleasure to find out what is good. Remember, we are not good. We are great. We find out what is great, not what is good. Okay. Okay. So he said, But that also proved to be meaningless. Remember, this is a religious person speaking, but I want to show you something. He said, laughter, I said, is madness. And what does pleasure accomplish? I tried cheering myself with wine and embracing folly. My mind is still guiding me with wisdom. I wanted to see what was good for people to do under the heaven during the few days of their life. See? So before they die, right? He said, I undertook great projects, just like a man taking great projects for his family. He said, I built houses for myself and planted vineyards. I made gardens and parks and planted all kinds of fruit trees in them. I made reservoirs to water groves of flourishing trees. I bought male and female slaves. It's not African thing. I bought male and female slaves and had other slaves who were born in my house. I also owned more herds and flocks than anyone in Jerusalem before me. I amassed silver and gold, that's money, for myself. I amassed silver and gold for myself, every man to himself, right? He said, and the treasure of kings and provinces. I acquire male and female singers and a harem. Do you know what is harem? Hmm? You know what is harem, right? Pastors will not preach this one. This is, as they say, is King Solomon, right? He said he purchased this. Where is it? Here. That's Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse, verse 8. He said, I acquired, I bought, remember, I bought, I acquired male and female singers. Male and female that will be singing for me like in a choir, right? Hear what he said. And a harem. What is harem? Let me ask the dictionary. See what harem is. Muslims use it and other bit. Hear what harem is. Harem, right? I hope I put the harem. Okay, hear what he said. Harem is a group of women who are sexual partners of the same man. So Solomon said he acquired group of there's a, I think Bible word will be concubines, sexual partners. He acquired a harem. Women, like 72 virgins, they promised Muslims harem in heaven. So Solomon acquired a harem as well, and delights of a man's heart. He said that is the delights of a man's heart, to have multiple women. But as Bible preachers today or Bible believers today, they will tell you you're a pervert. No. A good man should have a harem. I will post it later. A good man should have a harem according to the Bible. So why all these Christians not having harem? Okay, you say you're not having it because Christ has come. Christ did not ask you to marry. Christ asked you to go and preach and be killed, then so you can come to heaven, because that's what happened to him. So if Christ is the author and the finisher of your faith, what are you still doing here? Having children, marrying. Jesus did not marry. Jesus did not have any child, according to your 66 books of the Bible. So why I know some people say, yeah, say Mary Magdalene was his wife, blah, 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 blah. All of them are fake. Okay, here. I became greater by far than anyone in Jerusalem before me. In all this, my wisdom stayed with me. So when they ask you, What will it profit a man if he gain the whole world and lose his soul? Tell them, no, you are not losing anything. You're not losing your soul. You gain wisdom. That's what will profit you. Your wisdom will stay with you. What shall it profit you if you lose the whole world? Your wisdom will stay. I mean, if you gain the whole world, your wisdom will stay with you. That's why you see people consider a rich man a wise man. They listen to rich people. They don't listen to poor people. They listen to. Do you see them listening to poor pastors? It's poor rich pastors like for them. You know those ones are rich. Their riches is the proof of their God. Think when you are rich, they see they will listen to you. You go to your town's meeting, you talk, they listen. They tell you, oh no, we want, okay, we have agreed that by December 20th, we will do so thing. You tell them, no, 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 don't worry, don't worry. I will foot the bill. It will be January 5th. They will say, okay. He said we put the bill. So we agree. You that is objective, will you foot the bill? He said no. Say, shut up. A rich man is considered a wise man. Don't listen to other bullshit that are telling you if Oyedepo is not rich, those people will not be going to his church anymore. All of them, they know the secret. If you're rich in all these corrupt countries, you become a demigod immediately. They begin to worship you. There are poor pastors that preach powerful messages than Bishop Oyedepo, but nobody, they make posts, no, how many people, sure. But Oyedepo tell them, if the first 500 people that will share this post, 5 million share it. Because they are rich, not because of any anointing word. It's the rich people who look at the riches. So, oh, they see his car, they get intimidated. Oh, you never feel intimidated before. Oh, yeah, I used to feel intimidated before. Poor people feel intimidated when they see what the rich men have, like their cars. Yo, man, it humbles you. Hear what it says. He said, I deny myself nothing my eyes desire. I refuse my heart no pleasure. My heart took delight in all my labor, and this was the reward for all my toil. What should be the reward for all your toils? This pleasure, what delights your heart. Those things like having a harem, multiple women. If you are not rich, can you have multiple women? No. If a rich man marry multiple wives, you see many people shut their mouth. But a poor man marry one, and they're thinking about looking at you see how they will attack him. Shut up! A rich man that is 80 years old can marry a girl of 20 years, a girl of 18, and they say, okay, it's okay. Poor man, they see you close to their house, they say you are interested in their daughter. You're a poor man and you're married. You will see. But the rich man come looking for your hand. Your father and your mother, your poor father and your poor mother, they will begin to preach to you, to persuade you to accept it. Please, come on, help us now. You know, when this man marry you now, he will pull down this house and build mansion for us. He will send your brothers to abroad. He will do this, he will do that. And your brother who what he says, sister, come on, look at me now. Do it for me. Then after they will say it is God. Ogobuchonye. That rich man becomes their God. And then they will go to church to give thanksgiving and invite the rich man. Oh, rich man will call, yeah, I'm the real God. They are just thanking that useless one there that cannot do anything for them. I have to be fucking their daughter for that. Because that's the benefit of your toil when you make it. Yeah, there's no man that make it that is not fucking women. He may be man of one wife, oh, but he have women. Women will be falling. Women will, okay, yeah, fuck me, give me money. I don't care. Yeah, you heard me saying that you have to build your future today. That word will come back. This is how you keep building it, okay? Here, understand this. He said, yet, verse 11, but yet, when I surveyed all that my hand had done and what I had toiled to achieve, everything was meaninless and chasing after the wind is a lie. But that's religious bait. If you accept this, that's how you will see things as useless. You don't care about them, but you'll be giving them money. And with your money, they'll be building cathedral. But you believe all this vanity upon vanity. If vanity upon vanity, churches will not be building or buying instruments for worship or anything. No, they use their hand to to worship God. Clap. He said nothing was gained under the sun. That's bullshit. Okay. He said, verse 12, then I turned my thoughts to consider wisdom and also madness and folly. What more can the king's successor do than what has already been done? I saw that wisdom is better than folly, just as light is better than darkness. It's a lie. Light is not better than darkness. Darkness is the mother of light. When you read the Christian creed or what the creed they formed at the Nicene Council, where they created Jesus Christ as God, they say that light from light, that's Jesus, is God from God, light from light. No, light don't come from light. Light comes from darkness. Light can never come from light. It's a lie. And light is not better than darkness. Darkness is better than light, which is why their God said he will give them the treasures of darkness. And in Exodus chapter 20, verse 21, their God was in darkness, not in the light. It's in the New Testament they tell you their God is in the light, unapproachable light. It's a lie. Their God was in darkness. And darkness is the mother of light. Their God called light out of darkness. He called light. He said, let there be light. From light comes from darkness. Light can never come from light. Understand? He said, the wise have eyes in their heads, while the fool walks in the darkness. But I came to realize that the same fate overtakes them both. Then I said to myself, the fate of the fool will overtake me also. What then do I gain by being wise? I said to myself, this thing is meaningless. For the wise, like the fool, will not be long remembered. The days have already come when both have been forgotten. Like the fool, the wise too must die. And like the fool, the wise too must die. Nobody going to heaven. Remember, no heaven mentioned here. Wise man, God gave him the wisdom. You are reading. And no heaven mentioned. That's what it says. So I hated life. Don't do that. Never you hate life. But that's what religious people do. When they consider all this, they hate life. They say vanity of vanity. They begin to give their wealth to what do you call it? Motherless homes and all that. Wasting it like that because it's part of the system. So because the work that is done under the sun was grievous to me, all of it is meaningless. A chasing after the wind is a lie. I hated all the things I had toiled for under the sun because I must leave them to the one who comes after me. That's the area I want to take you to. He said, I hated all the things I had toiled for under the sun because I must leave them to the one who comes after me. This mentality is why you will say of vanity upon vanity. Oh, I will leave them now to heaven, or maybe someone. No. That's why I tell you, put you first. Know that everything you are toiling for under the sun is supposed to be for you, for your future. You are coming back to this world. That's why you don't supposed to say, no, it is for my it is for my son, it is for my daughter. No, they have their own life. They can sell all those things to toy for because they have their own life to live. Oh, I write my will. My will. That's bullshit. You are rich, your children may become poorest because they have their own life to live. But you spend all your life worrying about them. Don't do that. Don't do that. I remember my younger brother asked me last time I went to Nigeria, what of if your daughter, say he don't want you away? I said, I already told her that it's her life. She's not my property. She's not my creature. I cannot say she must follow me. She must no. She already living her life. She's over 19 years, so it's her life. She's not my responsibility anymore. No, no, she's not. And I'm happy I have only her for now. I may have some another, but I'm not trying to her. No, I'm not. Mm. But if we fuck, it comes. No problem. No problem with that. I remember when I get one Yoruba woman pregnant, she said she want to terminate it. I said I don't support abortion. She went and terminated it herself, but I didn't go. Do you see me? I say, what of if she had it and that's and it did X-ray, say it's a son. So some like she know I'm Igbo man. So he think when she mentioned son, I will jump out and say, okay, no, I will marry you. Don't worry, don't worry. Because she said I must marry her for her to keep the I said, not marry you. Leave the baby, we will take care of the baby. Say no. I said I've seen some parents killed by their own sons. What are you saying? Don't and I was still a Christian that time, no. Not now, when I was a Christian. Imagine if it's now. Anyway, and I don't fuck Christians anymore like that. So what? Anyway, we get pregnant now. The person understand me like my wife. The other one. Okay. Here, understand that everything you are toiling for under the sun is supposed to be for you. This world is your eternal home, not for your son. So that's why you should build. Remember what I say, what lasts. Are we building what lasts today? No. All we care to build is I build a house for my family. That's it. We are no longer building as a people. That's why you see our ancestors building those great statues and other buildings and other things, inventing things. But we don't do that anymore today. You see, our people, our land, we don't even know what is our land anymore. All we know is I travel abroad, I make money, I buy land, I build a house. That's it. We are not building what lasts. The system of government, system of education. What do we have in a land and land? So when you come back to this one, it's the same bullshit they taught you and when you were born in your former life. That's the same bullshit they will still teaching you. White man lies. How about our own truth? That's what we last. Science and technology, things that we can invent, we use it to improve our life. Listen, since I was born, the same way we use hoe to farm in my village is the same what we still doing till today. No improvement, but they will tell you we're improving. What is our improvement? We have tie road. We have tie road. We have school. We have all that bullshit. Build things that last. That's why you're supposed to have your own system of government, system of education, system of everything. Not this evil system we are in. That's why I'm calling us to wake up. Oh man. Verse 19. And who knows whether that person will be wise or foolish, yet they will have control over all the fruit of my toil, into which I have poured my effort and skill under the sun. This too is meaningless. That's why you see some parents regret having their children, regret training their children because they did not turn out the way they want. So they regret it. Oh, I wasted this. But when we begin to learn how to build for ourselves what will last, what if we are born in the next life, we will enjoy that. Do you understand what I mean? That's why we need to wake up and free ourselves and begin to build our things. Don't you see how white people building the things that last for themselves? And they use our ancestors as slaves to build those things because we are the great wise builders. But they rob us. Hear what he said. So my heart began to despair over all my toilsome labor under the sun. For a person may labor with wisdom, knowledge, and skill, and then they must leave all they own to another who has not toiled for it. This too is meaningless and a great misfortune. No. When you understand life, you begin to know when you build something that lasts, it is not a misfortune. Life, your achievement will not be a misfortune, but as slaves, it's a misfortune. You are building for who? For the master, not for you. It does not last. Whatever you build for your master, lasts for your master, not for you. When are you going to start building for yourselves? What you are doing, your exploits, they are not misfortune. Your life and exploits, they are not misfortune. But that's what faith will teach you. That's what you will learn. When you begin to believe all that bullshit they taught you, you don't see your life anymore. You don't follow the life your ancestors laid down for you. Life is not meaningless if you mind your own life. You hear what I just said? Life is not meaningless if you mind your own life. Do you know yourself? Do you understand life? When you understand life, you know that you are not just here to have children. No, you are here to live, explore, and enjoy life. And when you find yourself in the midst of many people who don't see it yet, don't let it bother you. Know you were prepared to wake them up. Exactly what I am doing, waking our people up so that we can build what lasts as our ancestors did in Genesis chapter 11, 1 to 5. That's how people build what lasts. So that's why when you have this mentality like Solomon here, a foolish Solomon, they say he was wise. There's nothing wise about Solomon. The wisdom that God gave him is foolishness, is folly, is nothing. Because they don't know life. They kill our ancestors who knew life and begin to plagiarize and writing nonsense. They build for their children, not for themselves. Your children are not your creatures. Your children are not your properties. You and your children are part of the nature, the universe. We are not God's people. God's people lack knowledge. God's people need animals to talk to them. God's people are limited in a garden. That's why they have that heaven mentality. They are limited and going to heaven, heaven at last. May you need to see how many people I unfriended since yesterday. Many people I never see their posts before. I begin to see Happy New Year. I thank the Lord. I thank God. I comment. I unfriend. Comment unfriend. Comment unfriend. Foolish people. Which God? Which Lord? We are not God's people. God's people lack knowledge. It's in their book. Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. God's people need animals to speak to them. The serpent, the donkey. That's what they need. That they need animals to speak to them. That's why they have all those ministers speaking to them. Animals. Who are Jesus called them dogs and swine. They turn and tear them apart. They are wolves in sheep clothing. Animals talking to them. That's God's people. I don't need any animal to talk to me. Oh. And they're limited in the garden. You see, God put them in the garden naked. So that's all where they are, the garden. We are the world. Remember that song? We are the world. We are the people. We are the children, right? No, we are the world. We are the universe. We are the builders. Black people, Africans, Genesis 11, 1 to 6. It will teach you there. That's why they don't want us to unite again. Because when we are united, man, we can do exploits. Nothing will stop us. No power can stop us. That's how we build the great pyramids and the Sphinx. That's how we get the word science. That's how we get the word mathematics. That's how we get the word medicine. That's how we get the word. Everything you are enjoying in the world today, everything you are enjoying in the world today came from Africa. Everything, every invention, all of them. We have knowledge. We need to be united, peaceful again, and prosperous. Spirituality and religion cause us our exploits. That's what, when you read Genesis chapter 11, 7 to 9, God said, come, let us go down and confuse their language and scatter them to stop them from building. You cannot build anything with spirituality. No matter how you try to marry it with knowledge or with nature. You say in spirituality, you understand knowledge is a lie. To understand, you say in spirituality, you understand nature is a lie. If you want to understand nature, you study nature, not spirituality. Study. Do experiment. Do research. That's how you understand nature. That's how you know nature. You don't know nature by spirituality, afterlife. Bullshit. It's spirituality that give you all those afterlife bullshit. You don't need that. With knowledge, you build things. Nobody can build anything with spirituality. Nobody can build anything with religion. It can only limit you. That's why you believe there is a supreme being over you. That's what spirituality does. It reduces you. It confuses you. Spirituality and religion cause us our exploits. But we need to be wise again, Africans. We need to be wise again. We need to be humans again, not spiritual. We need to be natural again. We need to be carnal again. We need to be ourselves again, Africans. We need to be wise again, having that ability to judge and discern what is true, what is right, and what is lasting. Insight, knowledge, common sense. That's what we need. We don't need love. We don't need faith. We don't need hope. This is what we need. Wisdom. We need to be wise again. Wise people build. Spiritual people praise. Religious people praise and worship. Wise people build. They don't consult any invisible being to build. Read it again. Genesis chapter 11, 1 to 5. It's talking about us. Black people, we don't need to consult any God to build. We consult ourselves. If there is God and goddess that exist, we are the gods and goddesses. But we are above that. We are both gods and goddesses. They are created creatures. We are not. We are born beings. We need to be wise again. Think and act, utilizing knowledge, utilizing experience, utilizing understanding, utilizing common sense and insight. That's what we need to do. Enough of all this nonsense. You are making empty wishes. I wish this, I wish that. Stop that nonsense. Don't wish me anything. Live humanly. That's all I need from you. Live humanly. If you need live humanly, I live humanly. You will see how balanced life is. We'll be enjoying our lives. But when you begin to live like God's people, you begin to lack knowledge of self. You begin to be in need of, you need someone to come and speak to you. One animal will come and tell you, the Lord sent me. I'm a prophet of God. Ay, 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 ay. And you say, amen. You bend your head. They pray. When you bend your head, you are stupid. Your brain is gone. And you become limited. I'm doing this to me. If I don't give, nothing will happen. That's nonsense. enlightenment, not entertainment. Enough. Stop entertainment. We don't need anyone to come entertain us anymore. Mm. We need to enlighten one another, utilizing common sense, utilizing knowledge, utilizing experience, utilizing understanding. That's how wise people live. But we are trying to be like white people, while we're supposed to be wise people. Africans, let us wake up. Africans, this is our eternal home. It is time we wake up and begin to build again lasting things. You see what our great ancient ancestors built for thousands of years ago still exists. What exists beyond Yahweh, beyond the beginning of Genesis chapter 1, verse 1, beyond white people, our ancestors built them. What are we doing today? We are not builders anymore. We become worshippers in the name of spirituality and the religion. Scientific things our ancestors used, we begin to spiritualize them. Then religion come and tell us they are evil, they are demonic. There is heaven where you will go. This world is evil. It's not. Welcome to the woke nation. And I encourage you to live without God, live without Jesus, live without heaven, live humanly. Pardon.